What is up, you guys? It is Katie, also known as the Fall Scented Peach. I am back again. I talk later in my video about, kind of what's been going on. Not really, but kind of. But, the drill. Before we get started, I always say a prayer. I know you can't see, my lighting just kind of sucks because I'm filming at night. This is the look. But, the drill. Once the intro hits in, the prayer's over. I know some of you do not believe, and that's between you and God. But I always start with a prayer, so let's get into it. God, thank you so much for my viewer that's watching me. They are a blessing to my life. Bless their life. Help them to live out loud and live abundantly, and give them boldness and courage and mend those spirits of anxiety that we have in this current world. And Lord, I ask that you have your will with our lives and just let your kingdom come and your will be done. In Jesus' name, amen. Cue the intro. Okay, so I have my face prepped. That's what all this mess is. I already based my eyes with my favorite base, my P. Louise base. So here is the two palettes we're going to use today. We're going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette and the ColourPop Miss Bliss palette. I have kind of seen what I'm going to create on other people. It is not like this. It's their own spin. And it looks good on them and it works for them, but I like the brown and peach, and I just wanted to, peach, the Fall Scented Peach. Love peach. It's one of my favorite colors. It's one of my favorite colors. Love peaches. I probably will have a tattoo of a peach on me somewhere one day. But yeah, let's get started in this look. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Nude and just kind of start by buffing this in and deepening, because I'm gonna do a dark wing shape, and then just wait and see. Now I'm gonna leave that kind of rough looking, and then I will show you how you can correct that. And yes, I did take that on this area, but you'll see why in a moment. Then you'll go in with a clean brush and just diffuse any edges that we have made with this brown shade. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Truffle. It is the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm gonna make the curve of my eyes and wing it out. Now I'm gonna step off camera because I cannot do this, but I will try to show you how to get the pigment and then diffuse it as I am going. So 1 second. Okay, so this is how the shape it should be. When you are doing this, you press like that. I mean, you can lightly freehand the shape, but to build that pigment, you just press. And then let me do my other eye, and then I'll show you how to diffuse this out so it's not so harsh. So to diffuse the harshness, you're gonna take a brush that looks like this. It is stained pink, y'all. It's not got pink on it, but you're just going to lightly, just very easily diffuse it out until it is not such a harsh shape. See the difference between this one and this one? Now this one looks a little wild, but I am going to take a orange base for that peach and lay it down. But let me fix this and work some magic. So next we're gonna go in with this orange P. Louise base and just fill in this blank space. Again, I'm gonna step off camera. I know this is kind of lame for a tutorial to step off and then back on, but I need to see, and I can't see very well looking in the camera. Yeah, just trust me. All right, it's gonna look like this, and I know you're like, oh, that is not peach. Yes, I know. I understand. It looks wild. Just trust me. It's gonna look better when my face is complete. I promise. but it's super tedious trying to fill in those areas, but you just like pat until you get the consistency. And yeah, I've done that. I'm gonna do the other eye and then we'll talk through the peach eyeshadow. Now that I have my base on, we're gonna go in. This is the Miss Bliss palette by ColourPop, and then we're gonna use the shade Optimist. And we're just gonna lay it on that orange. See, I knew that this would kind of diffuse a little bit as I place the actual color on it. And yeah, that is sort of what I was going for. The brown looks a little more black, but I may have to diffuse it with a lighter brown. We'll see. Let me finish. I did go in with Maple. That's this shade right here, just to diffuse just a little bit. And I'm gonna add a pop of shimmer in here. I'm not sure what it is. When I come back on, I'll tell you, but I'm gonna finish the face and wrap it up. But before I go, I'm gonna show you the lashes that I use. Well, the brand, they have millions of different styles, but they're sold at Dollar Tree. They're the only kind I use now, but one second, I'll show you. The Ione lashes, literally every day. I've not bought a pair since I started using them, so let's finish the face and I will come back on and show you the final and completed look. All right, so here is the final and completed look. I told you guys you're gonna have to kick my butt if I don't stay consistent. So actually what led to my consistency was I was listening to a sermon by Isaiah Saldivar about, he interviewed the guy that went to hell for 23 minutes, and then like the next video on the playlist kicked in and it was talking about hell and why some Christians will say they're Christians and don't make it. And he said, well, actually, no, it was a TikTok. And sorry, keep getting lipstick on my teeth. But he was talking about, you know, how Satan just constantly convinces us, oh, do it this time, do it that time, when things seem to align. And that was a battle that I faced as a lukewarm Christian. Like with my YouTube channel, I just kept pushing it away and pushing it off. And, you know, I started way late in life versus 17 when I had the dream to start. And now I just was like, I'll film next week. I got too much on my plate. And I was like, okay, God, I hear ya. But I love you guys. I know this wasn't the best tutorial I've ever filmed, but I love you guys and I'll see you soon.